Oh, there we go. We are live. Morning, everyone. So good to have everybody with us. We had just had a phenomenal ladies group meeting. And I've got a few people with me today, more than normal, and I'm going to give everybody opportunity to just quickly introduce themselves, especially the new ladies. I know you have been here with us before on a live, but maybe if everybody could just quickly introduce themselves, and then we'll talk about what happened this morning. Let's go from there. Tabitha, you are well known to all our viewers. Maybe let's start with Bronwyn. Bronwyn, you can just quickly introduce yourself and then hand over to Maria.
Okay. Morning, everybody. So, yeah, I'm Bronwyn. I've been with Grace Online now for about 2 years. And my role really is to work with women who are coming into the program, looking for support, women who are living in relationship with somebody who has a sexual addiction. And I'm also involved in the counseling of ladies who struggle with sexual addiction, and also teenage girls particularly. So that's my role. Challenging and very interesting. Yes.
Very, very interesting indeed. So Maria, your turn, but I see you muted and I can't unmute you. There we go. Go for it, Maria.
Morning, everyone. My name is Maria, and I've been with the Grace Online team for 1 year and 4 months now. And yes, I just love every minute of it. And I'm also helping Bronwyn with the new ladies coming into the program. And it's only a blessing. It is so, there's nothing more fulfilling in life than helping others and see how they grow and how they become the best version of themselves. So that's why I'm here. Thank you, everyone.
Awesome. Tabitha, what stood out for you this morning in the session?
Sure, that was a challenging question. One of the ladies asked, how long is too long to wait? After I put a boundary in and asked my husband what I'm expecting. And the one lady answered, well, I think you can wait forever. And my heart sort of sunk a little bit when she said that, because for some of our ladies, and especially a lot of the new ladies coming in, it can feel like forever, right? And I think that's one of the questions you often get posed with, Kenneth. How long do I have to be on your program? And then when you say to the men, you have to commit for 5 years, they're like, 5 years? Like, as if it's going to be the end of their lives, And I often think to myself also, being in a situation with somebody who has been in recovery for the last 22 years of his life, something that stood out for me that he told me very early on in our relationship is that he chooses his recovery every single day, and that he will die an addict because that is his path to walk. The same as I will die an anxious person, but I choose every day to work on myself and to better myself. And I think that once people make peace with that, that this is a lifelong journey, you can just get better at it. And when you come alongside a community who can support you and love you, it's forever. It's like when you find your community, it's forever. Like I can't imagine my life again without these phenomenal people that are on the screen, and a lot of other phenomenal people. Especially like Melanie Sutton, who's joining us, saying we're looking good today. That woman has transformed my life to a new level. And she's just one of the many ladies who has had such a massive impact on my life. And I feel so blessed and so thankful. So, yeah, Kenneth, that's what stood out for me this morning. That's what resonated in my mind, that every day, as a family, we choose to stay in recovery, to support each other. And that's what I think maybe, Bronwyn, you can give us some more insights on that. How long is too long, or where do we draw the line in the sand,
Seems like Bronwyn is...
Sorry, I'm having a special needs moment. Technology is not my strength. Sorry about that. I'm muting and unmuting. But yeah, Tabitha, one thing that really is interesting, that question around boundaries, how long is too long, but I think the discussion then extended to a place where we said, okay, well, listen, if you are laying down a boundary with regards to your partner, so let's say, for example, if you are not a boundary, if you are going to continue with pornography, if I catch you one more time, I'm leaving. Let's just say you draw that line in the sand. or you leaving, whatever it might be. We spoke a little bit this morning around how serious are you around that boundary that you've laid down? How serious are you about carrying it through? And the other thing is, have you really thought about the consequences, like the aftermath of following through that boundary? Not to say don't lay a serious boundary like that. Obviously, you are within your rights to lay that boundary. But have you thought about what it's actually going to be like to follow through? And are you prepared to do that? And so, yes, I certainly think waiting forever is too long. Some ladies, for example, I think this morning the example was saying, I need an answer in the next month or 2 months about whether you're going to get help or not. And you wait and you wait and you wait and you wait. And then how long do you wait? Do you put your entire life on hold? Do you put your own mental and emotional well-being on hold? Do you put the mental and emotional well-being of your children on hold while you wait for a partner to decide whether he has or has not got a problem with pornography? So yeah, really interesting. But I think what I took away from the discussion this morning was really, if you're going to lay down a boundary with regards to moving forward in your marriage and what that's going to look like, you've got to be sure of two things. Do I have the courage to play that boundary out, to actually follow through with what I'm saying, or am I making empty threats, which ultimately takes nobody nowhere? And have I played through the scenario in my head of what it's going to look like when I follow through with that boundary, and the practical things that would have to take place in order for that to happen? So yeah, serious discussions, because we're talking about people's lives, we're talking about people's marriages, we're talking about the well-being not only of you, but also a lot of the ladies in our group have young children, teenage children, and we are fooling ourselves if we think that obviously what's happening in our marriage and our relationships is not having a ripple effect on our children. So yeah, serious questions this morning.
Yeah, very interesting. Maria, there was also some other conversation about boxes and unpacking boxes and packing boxes in and stuff. What is it that you took out of that? Maybe you can explain that to the audience.
Yes. So when one of the ladies gave their step one, I think it was 2 weeks back, she mentioned about her traumas and everything that she went through with her husband's sex addiction. And she wasn't able to deal with it. So what she did was she just put everything in boxes, put the lid on, and she said her life has become so unmanageable because at some stage these boxes started to leak out and she couldn't contain that anymore. And it really, it really stood out for me that it's so powerful. And Bronwyn, I just want to get in there when you said about boundaries, and you need to be able to think about the consequences. And you must ask yourself whether you are able to enforce those boundaries. Is that what I've seen with the ladies is that they want to set in boundaries, but they haven't worked on themselves to a point where they're able to do that. And so, my first advice would always be that boundaries starts with yourself. It starts with how strong you are, and just to put the focus back on yourself and say, how can I become a better person? As you heal, you can set better boundaries. As you become the best you can set better boundaries. So I just think it's very important to always realize that it all starts with us, that those are not just words, and you can only set a strong boundary as much as you are strong in yourself and are confident in yourself. And I know with a lot of the sex addictions, the first thing that we lose is our self-confidence. The second thing is we can't trust ourselves. So we can't trust ourselves to enforce our boundaries. So all of that goes down the drain. And it's always when you think of boundaries, ask yourself, where am I standing in my own growth? And maybe if you are not at a point yet where you can set a boundary, then say, how can I empower myself to get to the point where I can begin to set boundaries and have the power to enforce them? So I think that's very important, that boundaries and growth in ourselves goes hand in hand. And I also wanted to say that, just to say something, Tabitha, that you said about how long is too long. Where do we draw the line? Is that it will always be longer than what we want. I think anybody who joins the Wow Ladies group is saying, now that I've joined, how long is my own recovery gonna be? Is my own healing process gonna be? How long is it gonna take for my husband? How long is it gonna take? It's always gonna be longer than what you want. But the power doesn't come in the waiting. The power is, what are you doing in that waiting? How are you using that time to empower yourself, and to bring yourself to a point where you can trust yourself again, you can set in boundaries, you can enforce boundaries, and where you can move forward. So that's just something that stood out for me.
Very powerful. Anything from you, Tabitha? We're on about 10 minutes now, so maybe in conclusion.
Yeah, and I just want to encourage the ladies, if you're listening today and you've got such great insight from Bronwyn and Maria, that you know that you're not alone in this process. And our greatest desire is that you will know that you are worthy and that you are enough. And that's why we started this podcast. When Kenneth and I embarked on this and we debated all of these things, we're like, oh, we have no experience. And I'm like, well, we're just going to wing it, because these women out there need to know that they are enough and that they are complete and that everything else in their life just needs to complement them. So my challenge this morning to all you beautiful ladies out there is that if you are struggling, please reach out to us, or reach out to any person that you feel you can trust and you want to walk this road with. Do not wait. You only live one life. You only have one opportunity, and we want you to be the best version of yourself. So like Bronwyn has said, if you need a little bit of help, just thinking through your boundaries before you make impulsive decisions. Remember, you're only responsible for your behavior. You're only responsible for your reactions. So if you just need a bit of guidance and help, there's a wonderful community of women at Grace Online that are waiting to embrace you, love you, and accept you just where you are at right now. So please reach out to Kenneth. He has his WhatsApp number on the screen today. He's bold and brave and waiting for every lady out there to contact him today to say, I need help. And our wonderful group of ladies will reach out to you, will love on you and help you through this journey. So please do not wait any longer. Contact us and let us start this journey of healing with you. Like Bronwyn and Maria said, it is a journey. It is not a sprint. It is a marathon that you're going to run. And we're going to be on the sidewalk giving you your juice and your bars and everything as you need to get along to get to where you need to be. So yeah, please reach out to us.
Awesome. And then I'd like everybody that's watching right now, please like the video, please share it. It helps. It may just save a life. We've had people ending up in hectic situations because they just found no way out. If you could like this video, it would help us and it would help other people as well. Thanks, everyone. Have a good Saturday, and we'll stay connected, and I'll see you all in the week. Thanks, Tabitha, Maria, Bronwyn. Enjoy your weekend.
Have a great Saturday.
Cheerio. Bye.